7:45 at KNEB and 23 degrees. Time for News Extra. Today brought to you by Jolliffe Funeral Home. And here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. Kathy Krupensky is here from Keep Scottsbluff Caring Beautiful, and we're going to talk about a lot of good news that she's going to deliver today in regards to all her programs and some of the things that are going on this spring. But well, you have some good news about funding, because the last time you were here, it was like kind of pretty nip and tuck, wasn't it?
Pretty nip and tuck. And I really don't want everyone to think, gee, they're out of the woods. I mean, we are, but we have to keep going. We're very, very happy. We did hear about our grants. We haven't got our money in hand yet, but it's on its way, and we received about $88,000 this year from the DEQ from Nebraska. So we're very happy about that.
That's great.
Yeah,
and this covers several programs,
It
right?
does. It's our public ed program, which of course is where we do all the schools and do all the education, which of course is part of changing the behaviors. So that's where we have to start to educate everyone. And then of course we have our cleanup grant, and we also have our recycling grant, which includes the programs of the electronics, recycles, pharmaceutical, and that type of thing. So we're very, very pleased, Kevin. The only thing that I really want the public always to remember is that, you know, every time you write a grant, you have to have match. And we have to have at least 75% match with all of our grants. So, keep sending those memberships in, because that's what's going to secure funding for next year, too. If I can make sure that we have enough financing behind us. So the public has to buy into what we do.
All right. And how much, once again, how much are memberships? I mean,
Memberships, now this is really a deal right now, because as we all know, the Great American Cleanup is coming, and that starts March 1st, and it continues through the end of May. And we have our electronic day, April 21st. So if you buy a corporate membership, if you're a business, you get free unlimited electronics that day. And that's a good thing, Kevin, because you can't believe how many people have electronics stored up. So it's sort of our way of helping to give back a little bit, but also to get that cash flow in so we can show the support.
yeah. So if you wanted to buy a corporate membership, how much is that?
$325.
$325.
A steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're
Especially if you have a lot of stuff you need to get rid of.
It really is, because that stuff is costing us more and more to get rid of, too. We had a small fee last year, and we will have again this year. Not much, not comparatively what you would have to, do if you took it back to someone who did this on a regular basis. But it's a win-win for all of us. We don't want to see it go in the landfill. Then it goes into our water, Kevin. You've heard me.
Yep.
Bad
deal. not a good thing.
Not a good deal. No.
Not a good thing. So how much is an individual membership again?
Oh, they start out at 15, all the way from a senior citizen, all the way to a family at, I believe it's 30. It just, whatever. One thing about us, Kevin, we take anything. So any membership is good.
Any kind of donation, you'll go for.
Oh,
right?
we'll go for. It's just, I really got afraid last year, and I know a lot of people heard this when I was out here before talking, but I really got afraid that we'd have to quit some of our programs. And I'm so proud of what we've done with them, and how every year they've just excelled. And every year, it's so amazing how much stuff we collect that I really hate to see any of the programs go. It's like working so hard to get things started and then going backwards. So that's why it's so important we have that community support.
Now you got this money from the state, so that means, and I know the state is still having some budget issues.
Yes,
So you were so how do they determine that they're going to give you this money?
We write grants. I mean, I spend, the grants are due September 15th every year. And they're grants that are written to the Department of Environmental Quality. And they're long, and they're, anybody who's written grants know all about grants. And like I said, we entered 3 of them this year. And then it's by a scoring process. They score them and how much money they have in that fund. Then it's by your score of what you get. And we did very well. But again, we have those projects out there going where we can show how many people are really participating. Don't forget, Kevin, when we had the pharmaceutical take back, that was a ton of stuff. And remember how we talked that Lincoln had 750 pounds and we came up with 2,000? I mean, a ton. So, the education out here, people are listening. They care about the safety of our water and different things that we do. So it's a good deal.
Yeah, that's great. So obviously we're doing some good things. The success of all these programs helps with getting those grants. If they're successful, the state sees it and they're going to fund it.
That's how it goes. So it's one of those things that it's ongoing. So we have to show it to be able to get it. They're not just going to give it to us just for the sake of giving it to us.
All right, we got one more little announcement we got to make, and we'll do that right after this.
Good, comforting, personal.
All right.
Jolly
See?
home.
Is it hot in here?
Don't you guys think it's hot in here today?
Just right.
I don't know.
Next, you guys are going to have to get a little fan in here for me.
Oh, it'll kick on.
It'll kick on pretty soon.
And, you know, because I'll be out here a lot. We have to put things on our calendar
Yeah,
because
that's
we
right.
have all these important dates coming up.
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, recycles and
Yeah, all that stuff.
all that stuff.
Generations.
Just gets excited.
All right, we are back with Kathy Kropinski from Keep Scottsbluff Gearing Beautiful, and we're talking about the good news that she's received $88,000 in grants to keep all these wonderful programs that she does going, especially in the springtime, the recycling, the public education, the cleanup, the pharmaceutical take-back, and you now have a partner in the pharmaceutical
I do,
take-back.
and I am so excited about this. You know, every year this has grown so much since we started 5 years ago. And I'm so proud of this because, you know, that was one of my programs that, you know, we were one of the first in the state to have this program. And I really need a partner because it's got so expensive to do, but I know how important it is. So I went out and I had a nice visit with North Platte Natural Resource District, and I encouraged them and convinced them that we would make great partners. And, you know, all they had to do was, you know, help financially, and I'd do the rest. I mean, isn't that a win-win? I thought, just, and of course they do care about the quality of water. That's also very important. And after I had actually had a good chance to visit with them and talk to them, they called me back and said, yeah, we want to partner with you. So we're very excited that they'll be our partner this year. And again, you know, I don't draw boundary lines as far as when people bring things to collections like that. So I know it's important to them that they're talking about all of, you know, their territory and whatever, and everyone's welcome to join that. I don't care if you come from, you know, Oshkosh, wherever. If you're going to bring me your pills, that's okay, because you know, they're going to be my partner, and they want to make sure that all of their folks are included in this, and that's fine. But actually, Kevin, you know, any way you look at it, we just don't want to see anything flushed or dumped in our water. So I think it's going to be a great partnership. We hope that we can continue it on for many years. So it's a perfect fit for both of us, I think. They care about water, and I care about water. So there you go.
All right, that's wonderful, and that's a kind of expensive little program because you got the cost of the transportation to get everything to leave here, like $12,000.
Yeah, it was $12,000 last year, and people just aren't aware of really what that costs. You know, they can only incinerate different products throughout the United States in certain places, and our stuff goes all the way out to the East Coast. Some people think it just goes to Kimball. It doesn't. Pharmaceutical waste and that type has to go to a special incinerator. So yeah, it's expensive, but it's so well worth it. I mean, like I said, we're drinking hormones and antibiotics every single day, and you know, we have to start doing something to keep it out.
All right, very good. Kathy Kropinski from Keep Scottsbluff Gearing Beautiful with some great news today.
Oh yes,
So-
thank you, Kevin.
So go get them, gal.
I
Okay?
will. Thanks,
All right.
Kevin.
All right, back to you, Dan.